You are listening to Mostaccioli Murder, Book 1 of the Jade Sommer series, written by Nicolette Pierce. Copyright 2020. Audio copyright 2025 by Pierced Heart Publishing. Digitally narrated with full cast of voices. Chapter 22. After the meal, when guests were leaving, I was able to catch Jaylin. I had been watching her on and off during the service and during lunch. The blonde man had approached her once for a brief moment, but then excused himself. I hadn't seen him since, but one thing was for sure, she didn't mind seeing him. In fact, she smiled at him. Jaylin sat at a table with two children hanging off her. The other one ran in circles around the table. I hesitantly stepped over to her, dodging the child who was too young to understand his loss. Jaylin, I want to apologize. Her eyes narrowed on me.
For what?
When you had walked past me before, I was talking to my grandma about my cheating ex-boyfriend. It was a sensitive subject. I didn't mean for you to hear it.
Sensitive subject for me or you?
Both, I guess.
Listen, we aren't the first women to be cheated on, and I don't give a damn about your life. I'm just trying to get through mine.
I didn't try to imagine what she was going through, but I did wonder about the intense anger she was holding on to. It couldn't be good for her unborn child, or the other children who depended on her. Can I do anything to help? I asked.
You and your family can leave me the hell alone.
I tried not to flinch, but I was caught off guard. What did we do to cause her wrath? We catered the funeral, even though it might be the last food we'd ever serve. Was she really so upset that she'd lash out at us? Backing away, I headed over to Mom and Aunt Dot, who were clearing away the remnants of the buffet. I think we overstayed our welcome, I said. Aunt Dot looked at Jaylin and shook her head.
Ungrateful woman.
She's hurting,
Mom said.
That doesn't mean she has to act like a...
Anyway, I interrupted. Aunt Dot, who was the blonde guy you were scowling at?
Let's just get out of here.
Aunt Dot said, ignoring the question. I glanced at Mom to see if she knew.
That was Lars. He was the one who walked out on us. Start loading the car. Ross should be parked in the alley.
Interesting. Lars had quit right before Wayne was murdered, and he was chummy with Jaylin. But just how chummy? I took a box and headed out the back exit to find Ross's car, but not Ross. Where did he go? And what happened to Logan? I didn't see him after the funeral. At one point, he must have snuck out. Wondering if the trunk was unlocked, I walked over and was about to press the latch when my gaze landed on Ross. He was sprawled on the ground next to the car. Ross! I dropped the box and then reached for him. He didn't respond when I touched his arm. Ross, talk to me. Wake up. Wake up. Help! I yelled as I pulled out my phone. I dialed 911 as Mom peeked out the door.
What's going on?
Her gaze landed on Ross, and she raced over.
Dear God, what happened?
She leaned over to touch him. I don't know. The dispatcher answered the call, and I turned my attention away from Ross as I answered their questions.
I don't see blood. He has a pulse.
I relayed the information to the dispatcher. Aunt Dot came out a moment later with a box.
Do I have to do everything myself?
Call Logan, I said. He might still be in the area. Aunt Dot's look of annoyance disappeared when she saw Mom hovering over Ross. Nana and Walter walked out, nearly bumping into Aunt Dot, who stood motionless.
What are you doing?
Nana scolded Aunt Dot.
Move out of the way.
Nana squeezed through and then caught sight of Ross. She hurried over to Mom, who was checking Ross's head for bumps. Someone call Logan, I said. Nana dug through her purse and found her phone. She handed it to me.
I don't have my readers.
I took the phone in my free hand as the dispatcher put me on hold to do whatever it was that dispatchers did. I scrolled through Nana's contacts. I don't see him.
He's under if only I was 20 years younger.
I raised a brow but found Logan exactly where Nana had said. I pressed call and handed the phone back to Nana.
I don't think he's going to answer. I bet he'd answer if it was your phone calling him.
That's because you tried to shake him down for a drug dealer contact.
It was for pain management.
She put her finger up to stop my reply.
Logan, it's Nana Nina. Ross got into some trouble. Call me back.
Got into some trouble was an understatement. The dispatcher returned, saying the responders were on their way. I thanked her and pocketed my phone as I watched Mom and Aunt Dot tend to Ross. Who would have done this to Ross? And why? Did this latest attack have anything to do with the vase? When I heard sirens growing close, I jogged to the alley entrance and flagged down the responders. The first to arrive was the ambulance. Pointing them to the back, I waited for the police to arrive. My phone rang. Looking at the ID, I quickly answered it.
What's going on?
Logan asked right away.
I got a call from Nana.
Someone attacked Ross. He's unconscious right now, but the ambulance just arrived.
Good. I'll be in touch.
He disconnected. Ordinarily, I would have assumed Logan would come to the scene, but it didn't sound like that was his plan. What was he doing that was more of a priority than his best friend? And where did he go when he snuck out of the funeral home? Was he tracking someone? Nana walked over to me.
We need a plan.
Plan for what?
Catching whoever is behind this.
Let's leave that to Logan, I said, knowing when Nana got involved, bad things happened.
He's had his chance. Now it's our turn. Meet me at the restaurant after you get Ross squared away.
I gave a nod since trying to persuade Nana otherwise was futile. I just have to hope Aunt Dot got wind of the impromptu investigation and stopped Nana before things got out of hand.